RadioSEEN. It's new and exciting with live DJs, talk shows, and a booming online community. It's internet radio you can watch. RadioSEEN.com. RadioSEEN.com. We play the hottest mixtape music from today's top hip-hop and R&B stars. It's mixtapefm.com. RadioSEEN.com. RadioSEEN.com.
My house, I be seldom there. I always be on the road. Bank account got several O's. My britches be true religion. In my kitchen, cooking chicken, smoking swishers, busting Phillies. Bought 2 Rari, spent $1 million. This watch right here cost $9.
Hey everybody, welcome back. That chick Crissy live. If you guys missed any part of the show, make sure you go to RadioSEEN.com. Yo, I'm telling you, if you've never watched the whole show before, today is the day. And again, I may have offended a lot of people, but so freaking what? We keep it real. That's what we do. Okay, so let me introduce you to my guest. I have here with me, don't show the camera yet because it's going to be a surprise. Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure I do this absolutely 100% right. I think it's fair to say young man. Right? That's fair to say. Okay. This young man has had 2 top 25 records on the UK DJ charts, encompassing Japan, Germany, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. He has placement on ESPN's Friday Night Fights and has been on the same bill as such artists as Flo Rida, Mario, Pitbull, Rick Ross, and Lil Wayne. Now let me tell you, this is not going to Toad's Place and opening up for Uncle Murder. It's totally different. It's not paying $1,000 and buying 100 tickets in advance to be able to perform. See, back in the day, you had to mean something to open up for artists. Nowadays, you just gotta have money. But that doesn't work with the artists I just named. So with all that being said, please welcome International Nova.
Yo, first of all, though, Crissy, that was a crazy introduction. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That was real.
You
that was on
deserve
point.
it.
That was
That's
on
big.
point. I like that. That was on point.
Let me, before I go, please tell them how many Twitter followers you have.
Last time I checked, like 52,000.
I think you're up to 56
Yeah,
almost.
something like that. Yeah.
Some 50, yeah. You're going to get those thousands
Yeah,
because
shouts
people
out-
are buying those now, and yours are
Yeah,
all real.
yeah.
So, you know.
It's crazy though because I think you know what I'm saying. Like, I never understood the whole buying Twitter followers thing because it's like, okay, you could buy the followers, but you're not buying record sales. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not gonna really follow your music and support your music. So
Exactly.
to me, it makes no sense. But you know, shouts out to all my Twitter followers out there.
The only people that benefit from that, people are selling them. So anyway,
true.
you're getting played in other countries.
Yeah,
How'd
yeah.
that come about?
It's crazy because we had a record that got leaked in Germany. The record wasn't finished, and for some reason, like, you know, back in the MySpace days, producers always gave me a lot of love and showed my team at that time, Street Corner, a lot of love. And we had a record that got leaked out there. I don't even know how it got leaked to this day. Wasn't finished, rough studio copy, and the record went #1 on the DJ charts.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, so from there it kind of like just started getting bigger and bigger with the fan base and the DJs. And then when we did the Tail Cruz record, the Like a Star record, like a lot of people don't realize that was us that was on that record rapping with Tail Cruz.
Nice. Okay.
So you know, that record was huge overseas. It was huge over here also. And then from there it kind of just snowballed. You know what I mean? So the next record, then we did NY Swag. NY Swag was like everywhere in Germany and Japan. I was getting phone calls from friends that I have in the army in Japan,
Nice.
saying, "Yo, we're in a club and they're playing NY Swag."
Wow.
So it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
They,
Nice.
you know, so they show me a lot of love and they definitely support.
Nice. So that might be a hustle I have to get into is having people pay me to leak their records.
You know
to
what though?
Germany.
The overseas money, I say it all the time. The overseas money is a lot better money because it's
Right.
a long-term money. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I tell people all the time, it's to me it's a whole difference between getting quick money and getting long-term money.
I was going to ask you though, how is the love? How do you feel the love is different overseas? Because
you know what it is?
Very established artists talk about it a lot.
Well,
so
that's the thing though. See, here in the States, you got to be an established artist, or you have to be down with an established artist.
Right.
Overseas, if you got quality music, they support. You know what I'm saying? As long as the record's good, they support
right,
you.
right.
So
and they stay
loyal,
faithful and
yeah,
loyal.
Yeah, they do. They definitely
Okay.
do.
Speaking of that, we have one of your videos, Mansions and Audemars. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Because I don't
Mansions and
own one of
Audemars.
those, so I don't think I will.
Yeah. You know what? Shouts out to my big brother Tony Sunshine. He's on that record with me.
Okay, I have a few questions about that, but
Yeah.
so hopefully I'll meet a man one day who can afford a watch like that. But anyway, this is the video, so we're gonna let this rock out. And shouts out to Tony Sunshine.
Yes, sir.
Cause you're my lady, so much more than all the mansions and the more.
So much more, right? My ride or die, bitch. My bonita apple punch, my ghetto fly, miss. Cause I done been around and still don't see one. My little mama, hold it down, she my ghetto queen, shit, cause she my ghetto queen. My Mary J, my real love, there ain't no in between. Cause she my damn, my missus hold me up. My lowest flower bomb, baby girl, she know what's up. Yeah, see I can take you there. We can take a trip around the world. Well, I'll take you there. To that white sand, somewhere with nice tans. To that moon and the stars, I'm the right man.
Diamond rings and shiny things, treasures of every king. The sun, the stars, the moon to Mars, and everything between. More than any secret ever told. Cause you worth your weight in gold. Cause you're my lady, so much more than all the mansions and the more.
Wait, so now it's round two.
Okay, let them know what that video was again, so I don't murder the name.
Mansions and Audemars.
Okay, so there you go. So how was it working with Tony Sunshine?
It's crazy because he's like a really close friend of mine. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? He's like my big brother. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, you know, for at least 10, 12 years, I would say, he's been there kind of supporting what I do, you know what I mean? And he's always been like a shoulder to lean on and kind of tell me, like, look, I did these mistakes. Don't do the same thing.
Nice.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you listen.
Yeah, no, I try to. I try to. You know what I'm saying? I try to.
A lot
but,
of people
you know,
hard-headed want to learn on their own.
Yeah. I mean, you know, me and Tony got a few records that, you know, we're about to put out. I got a record with me, him, and T-Pain that we're going to put out soon. But, you know, Tony's like I said, he's like a big brother to me. So, you know, I got a lot of love for him. And you know, I hold him down like he holds me down.
Nice. Okay. And who else do you want to work with?
Damn. Honestly, I want to get in the studio with Diddy for some reason.
Really?
Like, I think that he's really talented, not as far as rapping, but I think as far as producing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's one thing that I always tell people you can't teach, and that's having an ear for music.
Right.
And Diddy has an ear for music. Same thing with JD. Like, you know what I mean? I would love to get in the studio with either one of those guys. But, I'm a huge R&B head, so, you know, man, I want to get in the studio with Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Lloyd fan. Besides that, I mean, I'm
Is
not
what it
really,
is,
you know what I mean?
right?
Like, you know,
Yeah.
I think to me, it's crazy because I'm working on my album right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a record with the Outlaws, with Hussein Fatal. And to me, that was huge because the Outlaws and Tupac are the reason why I rap. Like, we was bumping Tupac the whole ride up here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for me to do a record with them, it's kind of like, okay, you know what? If nothing else happens,
You did, yeah.
I did this
feel you.
much. You know what I
feel
mean?
you,
I've
yeah.
been overseas. You know, I made some decent money out of the music thing. You know what I mean? So I would die happy.
Yeah, no,
to
that's
be honest, you know what I'm
totally
saying?
understandable because even with everything I do, I'm always happier when I'm interviewing the legends who I grew up on.
Yeah,
So,
it's I mean, it's a good feeling because to realize that they respect what you do,
right.
to me, means more than anything.
And you have the utmost respect for them. So it's a
Exactly,
beautiful
exactly,
thing.
exactly.
All right. Speaking of features, this next video that we have featuring Shorty Mac and Checkin' Traps. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Checkin' Traps is signed to
So
Universal.
do you want to introduce this one?
Yeah, you know, this is actually my last single, and we're actually in the process of reworking the whole record. But this is Hey Girl, myself featuring Shorty Mac and Checkin' Traps.
Okay, so we're gonna listen to this one.
And I'll be back to the beat. Get it poppin', little mama, put your back to the beat. Yes. Now how you doing, little mama? Shake it on the floor, get it poppin', little mama. Now put it in the air. The bottle was so rock, got me pulling on your hair. Damn, oops, baby, I'm sorry. Let me make it up while we sitting at Ferrari. skin. Or maybe I'm not, can we flip it in that kitchen? Forget about the rest. This uptown boy got you fucking with the best. Now put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Now we back to the beat. Get it pop a little mama, put your back to the beat like. Now we back to the beat. Get it pop a little mama, put your back to the beat like. Brand new.
Okay, so that's Hey Girl featuring Shorty Mac and Chicken Trap.
Yes, sir.
You talked a little bit about your album coming out. You want to talk a little bit more about that? Tell me.
Yeah, I
more.
mean, I think whoever follows me knows that I signed my record deal about a month and a half ago with Monarchy Records, which is a division of Spectra, which is distributed through Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So, I did my deal a month and a half ago, and before that I was kind of sitting down with different labels and Universals and the whole different labels out there and trying to find out which fit was best for me and my team. So, to me, Monarchy was a good situation. So I locked that down. Then a couple of weeks after that, I got my distribution deal done for my label, EMG. And, I got a couple of artists, Gross De Niro, Notes, E-Pool, who's here with me now. And, my whole thing was I already got my chance. Like I said, even if I stopped doing music right now, I've did a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to give a chance for other artists out there from the Bronx, from NYC, so they can get their chance too.
All right. I totally went in tonight on hip hop.
It's funny. We heard you in the car too.
Oh, did
we
you?
had you in the car.
Totally,
yeah.
totally
we
went
had
in
you
on
the
hip
car.
hop dumbing down the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you? Because I heard these songs and I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. What are your where do you plan to be in like 5 years? Like, are you willing to sell your beliefs and your quality of music for a couple $1 million?
I mean, I mean, see, but that's the thing though, because it comes to a point where you have to realize how much of my self-worth am I giving up?
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying, what am I worth? I think that a lot of these artists, I never have my alarm on this day. I think a lot of these artists, you know what I'm saying, are kind of scared to be themselves, and they try to go for the big record deal, for the big label behind them, and end up losing themselves in the process. I think that now, because of the internet, you don't have to do that as much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think and I tell people all the time, the type of deal that I signed is crazy, because I'm getting 50% on everything.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And ain't no other artists out there doing that, whether major or non-major. You know what I'm saying? And we have major distribution. So, the same stores that you go to find, the Games album, you find my album next to it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So, but it was a thing to me, because I wanted to not stop doing what the way I do music and how I do my music, and I didn't want to kind of sell myself out for a big check.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because to me, at the end of the day, like,
But
big check's a big check.
You end up getting the big check anyway.
And it's a loan. You know,
Right,
right.
right.
People don't realize it's a loan, and you got to pay that back with interest.
Right.
I got a degree. I'm not a dumbass.
Right,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
right.
that to me didn't make sense.
Is that why you're staying on your label? Because a lot of people don't. Everybody wants these big deals, but they don't understand how music has changed. They don't understand that lots of times the independent artists make more than the people who are on the major labels, because of, like what you said, it's all gravy when you first get that check.
Yeah.
But now, you're selling out arenas and you're not bringing any money home because you went through all your money.
That's the thing too. I think that if you're an independent artist that has a grind, because I think at the end of the day, no matter who you got behind you, you still got to grind. You know what I'm saying? And if you putting that work in, you putting that grind in, those big labels will come to you. You know what I mean? And they'll make it so that you're happy with the way the contract comes out.
Because back in the day, it was great because they saw someone with talent, they cultivated them, they groomed. They don't do that anymore. You got to be ready to go. You got to have your own following. You got to have everything ready to go.
But you know what? I think that's why we have so many one-hit wonders. Like you were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times, because they're not doing like how Motown was doing back in the days, you know what I'm saying? They're not giving these artists, time to kind of fall into their own and learn themselves and learn their music. So it's kind of, okay, you got a hot record, let's put that record out. Let's sell, you know what I'm saying, 1 million ringtones. Forget about the album because it doesn't have any substance, or the records aren't quality records.
Right.
So it's not going to sell.
And once you're hot no more, your longevity's gone.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I appreciate that, because I want you guys to understand this is a guy who's doing his thing. He knows what the hell he's talking about. And if you're anything like me, you're trying to work smarter and not harder. So you take advice and you roll with it, because why waste your time? All right. So let's I'm going to wrap up a little bit. what are we looking forward to with the album? When is it coming? The name of it, all that great stuff.
Well, right now we're looking at a late first quarter release date. I was actually supposed to release the album in February, but we got delayed with a couple of singles and getting things cleared. And I'm also working on a reality show, so I'm trying to get everything, kind of coupled in together.
Right.
But right now we're looking at late first quarter, looking at April 2013. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The single right now with me and Tony Sunshine's at 100,000 hits on YouTube.
Nice.
It's getting sent to BET this week. So I actually just hit radio last week. And, starting to kind of get around, do its thing. Hey Girl has been playing already in LA for the whole summer.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Before I signed my deal. So, right now, like I said, we're looking at April 2013. The album's called A Point of No Return. I got Tony Sunshine. I got Shorty Mac, who's Ray J's artist. Checking Traps, of course. Working on a record with Ron Browse. I got a record with me and Fred the Godson. It's crazy. And Christian Dior. It's called Fuck Up the Party.
Okay.
It's retarded.
Shout out to the Bronx.
Yeah, BX in the building, heavy. The Outlaws, Hussein Fade on the record. Val Young on the record, who is the chick who sang on all of Tupac's biggest records. And just kind of getting a couple of New York artists, artists, E-Pool and Gross De Niro. But, I kind of want to get artists that are not really getting that chance to shine, who are really talented. So, I'm doing that. And also got some overseas artists that I might be adding to the album. But just working, trying to get everything going. The Point of No Return is coming soon. Hopefully, God willing, to be out there. And, everybody can continue to support what I'm doing and my music.
All right, let everybody know where they can find you.
Twitter, NovaBX Prince. Facebook, International Nova. Instagram, International_Nova. Google me if you can't find me, International Nova. YouTube me, International Nova. Everything's International Nova.
Just Google him.
Yes, Google me. It's crazy because people read my bio and I had to dumb it down. You know what I mean? Because that's 25% of my career. Like, I've done so many things, and it's kind of like sometimes you don't want to put it all out there because it's like, okay, you've done all these things, so why you're not up here yet?
Right.
And people don't understand, like, this industry, like you said, you either have money, you don't have money, or you got people that respect your talent.
Right.
And that they have money.
Right.
So, it's kind of like a balance of both.
Okay, you have one of your artists here,
yes,
so I'm sure you want to shout him out, but any other shout-outs?
Well, of course, E-Pool, he's the newest artist on EMG, Gross De Niro. BX for supporting us, Notes, you know what I'm saying, Good Adam Girls, my brother Magoo Clothing, who supports everything I do, everything is Magoo, you know what I mean, but just really in general, like the Bronx, because they supported me for all these years, and I think that, I'm finally getting to where I want to be at musically, and it's because of the Bronx. Okay. You know what I mean, and New York in general, so shouts out to NYC.
Yo, shouts out to everybody in the Bronx, shouts out to my guys, the G-Boys, shouts out to P, shouts out to... everybody who's rocking it again. Shouts out to General. Love General. So shouts out to him. So thank you so much. You know what?
Before I forget, shouts out to you and your whole team. And also shouts out to a lot of the legends of hip hop. Because, it's crazy when I first came in the scene with Street Corner, we used to get co-signed by Grandmaster Cash and Jazzy J and Grand Wizard Theodore and Furious 5 and the Cold Crush Brothers.
Wow.
And Africa Bambaataa.
Really?
Yeah, like we used to actually hang out with them. You know what I mean? We threw a party for Melly Mel for his birthday. You know what I mean? And I think people need to kind of always show these guys love, man, because this is where hip hop came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter where it's at right now, how much money we're making from it, you know what I mean? These guys didn't really get to do that. So I think that we need to show them as much love as possible.
And if it wasn't for them, you guys wouldn't be doing anything. And if I know my history correctly, Biz, you might be able to help me on this. Grandmaster Theodore is the gentleman who created cutting and scratching.
Grand Wizard Theodore, yeah. Well, Jazzy J was originally the one.
Okay.
Jazzy J actually started with what's the guy's name? Started Def Jam, though. Jazzy J was one of the original Def Jam founders. You know what I mean? But he was the original DJ that was cutting and all that. Grand Wizard Theodore did his thing, though. But, I mean, like I said, it's funny because I live on Sedgwick now, where hip hop started. I live 2 buildings down from when hip hop started. So it's crazy because life kind of comes around full circle.
Without
sometimes.
a doubt. So thank you so much for coming through.
No,
shouts out to DJ Biz in the building, man. I ain't seen Biz in
DJ
a minute. Get DJ Biz.
Actually, I met him outside. He's a cool dude too.
DJ Biz is that dude, man. So shouts out to him. Shouts out to your lovely wife. Haven't seen her in a while. But
and shouts out to all the DJs supporting.
Shouts out to all the DJs who don't need money to play records. Shouts out to them.
That's
the DJs
that's
who
a whole
want
nother
money.
topic. That's a whole nother topic.
I'll go in. We're going to go in on that one. DJs who do play records, get yours, but you're dumbing down the black culture, people. The urban culture.
Shouts out to Holla, too, man.
Yeah. So shouts out. And your manager?
Nikki.
The
Nikita
shouts out
group.
to Nikki.
And it's funny, I was telling Crissy a little while ago, guys, Crissy and my manager looks exactly alike.
So she is so cute. She is so cute.
So shouts out to Nikki, man.
Shouts out to Nikki. All right, so that's it, guys. We appreciate everybody hanging out, staying with us. Again, YouTube, Google, do all that fun stuff. International Nova. Make sure you hit up the newfound super homie Magoo clothing.com, and make sure you come back next week. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That Chick Crissy Live have crazy interviews next week. And remember, don't let anybody steal your shine. Do not dumb yourself down. Make others get up to your level.
Amen.
Peace out.
RadioSEEN.com. RadioSEEN.com.